Today I'm joined by Dave Sheehan, who is a service user of NCBI based down in Limerick. I'm June Tinsley, Head of Communications with NCBI, and together with my colleague Kevin Kelly, we are doing a series of podcasts interviewing lots of different people who use our services, showing the great diversity that we have at our disposal. So thanks very much, Dave, for joining us today.
No problem.
Good to have you on board. And I suppose if you wouldn't mind telling our listeners just a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. It's great. My name is Dave Sheehan. I'm from Limerick. I'm almost 18 years blind. And my story is a lot different to most people's I've heard, as I lost my sight through an assault. I was just 18 at the time. 18 years later, I have 3 kids. I have a partner of 15 years, Brenda, which is very special to me, and I'm so lucky to have him. So that helps, like, with my situation. And see, I'm froze now. Sorry. I'm so nervous. Can you cut that part?
What age are your children?
My eldest boy is Martin. He's 11, just turned 11 in the end of April. I have after that then is Bradley. He's 3. He'll be 4 on Christmas, and then I have Dylan. He's 1.
Oh, busy household then, definitely.
Busy household. I can tell you.
Well, sure. Full of fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, keeps me going, Suja.
Great. And I suppose if you wouldn't mind just telling us kind of what kind of services you receive from NCBI over the last 8 years.
At the very beginning, when I first lost my sight, they introduced us my first phone that I was able to use was an old Nokia phone with the robotic voice. I think they've come a long way since then. Thankfully, yeah. and I've done a cane training course with Colette and our local NCBI. This is going back a long time ago now.
Yeah.
And then how I started off, like all the tech events and all that kind of stuff that were being held at the NCBI building. I attended those because I love tech. I was big into tech, and I was showing family members, friends, all new things that tech can do, and showing them all these new gadgets that I got, and they all think, oh, that's cool, and that kind of stuff. So when I used to be up at NCBI, I volunteered my services because I'm a fully dependent voiceover user. I've used an iPhone now for 8 years, and I offered my services to anyone that's in my circumstances. If they want any help or to go further than just learning to call and text people for the basics, anyone that wants to progress past that, I offer my services, and I was more than happy to help anyone. I kind of found, kind of got a liking for teaching through family members and stuff, as I said, showing them things about their phones that they didn't know and stuff like that. So Colette first contacted me in the NCBI in early 2018. And that's how I started doing volunteer work. I first started off teaching a man, William. He didn't really understand the whole voiceover thing, and now he absolutely loves it. He loves his phone, and he couldn't live without it. Like he it's like myself. It's a lifeline, like, to the world, and I couldn't be without my phone now. You know.
Fabulous.
After that, after William, then I was asked would I work with 2 students from UL that they chose, like, to go work with NCBI with blind people and learn how to teach and stuff like that. So I did a lot of teaching kind of classes with them. They sat in with me while I was teaching people. They asked me questions at the end of it and kind of learned stuff from me, and pretty much like kind of like that. And then at the end of it all, I got to they invited me out to the UL to their presentation, which was very nerve-wracking. But it was my first time doing that. It was my first time doing anything like that, like at the big auditorium and clip-on mics and everything.
Well done.
It was great. 2 girls were lovely, like, they're really, really lovely girls. And then very recently, before this whole corona virus, I did an ad with another girl from LIT. She wanted to do an ad, like, and I haven't even seen it yet. Over this all happened right after it, like.
Right. What'll the
So
ad be talking about?
just like how I use tech in my life and what I use the Be My Eyes app for and stuff like that. You know, like I told him a video that I used one time for I was putting a little monster truck car of my kid got for Christmas, and I took off the battery cover on off the back of it and got a little tiny screw that
Oh
usually
yes.
that holds on the battery cover. That I dropped that and I couldn't find it anywhere. I even put the kid out of the room, it was in the kitchen, like in the corner, and I put him out of the room and I looked everywhere for on the tiles. I could not find the screw.
Yes.
So I pulled out the Be My Eyes app and straight away pointed it out to me, you know. So stuff like that, like that. And they kind of got me to talk about that and wanted to put something like that in the ad and stuff like that, you know.
Well, I suppose
And
that's such a practical way of
yeah, yeah,
highlighting how the Be
yeah,
My Eyes app can certainly help out.
yeah. And I kind of anything in tech I kind of into. Like I have loads of like I have a lot of Alexa speakers. I have the Google speakers, the one with the screen on it, which is very handy. You can ask them to play certain YouTube videos and it plays away. That's very handy. It's totally hands free. Like I can ask to turn on my heating, turn on the lamps, play whatever radio station, whatever song, all that kind of stuff. They're so useful. Like
And I'm sure you've noticed how the technology has evolved so much over the last 18 years.
so much. Like when I first lost my sight, I had a phone that I could just call people, text people, the basics, and I
Yes.
had a kitchen radio to turn on. That was pretty much it, or a radio. Like and after that, like I wouldn't even put on television. Like with the Sky, so much channels and so much numbers to remember, and then I don't know what's on until you watch it for a few minutes. You don't know what you're actually watching, you know. So
Correct.
you kind of get tired of that, and TV is not my big thing. Like so, I use YouTube, Disney Plus, Netflix, all that stuff all the time.
And do you feel that the quality and volume of stuff that's been audio described, has that increased a lot?
It has increased a lot. At the beginning, it was very minimal, but now there's a lot there. Like yeah, so
Um,
especially like when shows that I like get it, it's great, you know.
yeah, exactly. I suppose
Yeah,
it's great that it just widens the
yeah.
choice for you.
Like I've watched whole series of stuff like with no audio description, just sitting with my partner watch it, and anything I didn't know that and she'd tell me. And then I heard I got a notification on my phone saying full season of da with audio description available now. So I went back and I watched the whole thing again, listened to audio description, and there's loads of stuff that I didn't know, you know. So it was great.
And I'm
Like
sure that's because your partner wasn't able to.
she has to be talking through the whole episode to do the same, you know.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's fabulous.
So
And
yeah,
I suppose out of your huge amount of knowledge of tech, what would be your what would you describe as the most useful to you that you use so often?
hands down my iPhone, hands down, definitely. Like it's a part of me. Like you know, when I leave home, I get to my gate, I realize it's not my pocket. That kind of way. Like I don't
And
know.
is that because you've loads of apps on it, or just because the iPhone itself
It's
is?
everything. It's a comfort blanket. Like if I ever need any help with my eyes, or to ring anybody, or just take a quick picture or something to show someone later, anything, you know. Like
And
like
you feel
I'm like I do lots with my phone. I even DJ with my phone, believe it or not. I do like my own family parties and stuff, like my partner's family parties and my own, and I've done loads. I have a big speaker with Bluetooth I connect to it, and I have an app, a DJ app that I can actually mix the music and everything. So it's really cool. Like
that sounds brilliant.
yeah,
And would you be much more of a champion of iPhones rather than Android phones?
oh definitely. And my partner's the opposite.
It's a very
she's
divisive
Samsung.
topic, Android or
Yeah,
Apple.
yeah. It's just like I don't mind being locked down. Like I don't you know I don't mind like having Apple having their own ecosystem and all that what they're doing. I think it's great, you know, and it's a lot more secure than Android. So you know,
Okay, so it works for you on many levels.
yeah.
Brilliant,
Like
brilliant.
I constantly try and keep up to date with the latest iOSs and I have YouTube. I'm subscribed to a few YouTubers like that are into the same stuff as myself and tell me all the new features and then I have to go when the new software comes out and I install it and obviously it worked different for me with the voiceover, and I enjoy that, learning the differences and how to make it work for voiceover, you know.
And you find it easy to do that.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And obviously you've enjoyed being able to share that knowledge with some of the other.
Anybody I can, like there's people out there that are blind or have very, very low vision, and they're unaware. I think they might be unaware of like obviously they might have had a talking phone in the past, just like the old robotic Nokia phone or whatever, and they don't know how good an iPhone really is. Like, and that's what I want. That's why I volunteer my services. I want to tell people, like, it's not just messages and calls. Like, you can do so much on a phone. Like, it's great, you know.
And do you feel it? The people who've used your services, they too have kind of picked up all these tips and used it for their own benefit.
Yeah, from learning how to radio apps and podcast apps and music apps. Like one person, I talked him into getting Apple Music, and he's like, €10 a month. I said, no, don't look at it like that. It's $2.50 a week, and any music you want, whenever you want it, it's well worth it. And he now totally agrees with me. The fact that he can ask Siri to play whatever song by whoever, and it works. He's blown away by that alone, like, you know.
And sure, $2.50 a week is probably like the cost of a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, exactly. So
so
it's fabulous.
It's brilliant. Like, it really is brilliant. Like.
And I suppose looking back over the last 18 years and your situation, Dave, what one piece of advice would you give to another person who's recently lost their sight?
In my experience, it took me just over a year to come to terms with it, and it wasn't an easy year by any means. But what I said to anybody that just recently lost their sight was just like, it's not the end of who you used to be. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. You know, it gets easier. Just stick with it and try and keep your head up and be strong. And like, I have down days now still. I do, because I have kids that are day look and trying to show myself. That gets upsetting, but I'd rather have them than not have that. Do you understand? So they make me so happy. Like, in the other hand, like, so it's great.
That's true.
You know,
That's true. And I suppose that's just a very natural reaction to, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. And I suppose in terms of getting in touch with NCBI services, you've felt that's worked out well for you?
Yeah, definitely, yes. Like, the
Great.
girls are absolutely lovely up there. I know them all by now. I get on with them all. So it's great for me. Like, I go in there and I if like, it's only like at request. Like the girls up there that they teach people to, obviously. But sometimes I might feel like someone wants to progress a bit more, and might like to sit down myself and see what they think, or that kind of way. And that's where I come in, then, you know.
Yeah, it sounds like a great partnership.
Yeah.
And
I'm very, very happy doing it. I discovered a love for teaching I didn't know I had. I actually like doing it. Like, there's this one lady, Margaret was her name, and all she wanted to do was read her text messages, and, you know, she found, like, showing her children and stuff. Like, I found myself showing people in the past, trying to learn new stuff about iPhone. They don't like the sound of the voiceover, and they kind of don't have the patience for it, really, you know.
yes,
And I had that experience, like, and she had the same experience with her children. And so I sat down with her and I said, what do you want to do? I said, well, mostly I make calls, and what turns me off making the calls is I've like 200 or 300 contacts in my phone. So she told me she had to go in and go through the 200, like, to find someone, keep swiping down through them all. So I showed her two easy ways. I showed her the index on the side, just to go to the letter of the person. I showed her that way. And then I said, you could create a little, like, your favorites down the bottom. You could have your family and your friends just in your 20 favorites. And she said, oh, really? And, like, she didn't know that. Like, and I did it for her. I asked her, who's all your favorite people and your children? And I put them into her favorites list for her. All she did was tap their name into column. And she was delighted with that. Like,
perfect.
you know?
And I suppose it's literally
And
those simple things that can
simple things. Like, it's the simple
really
things.
improve things. Yeah,
Like, when I first picked up an iPhone, it was like, 2012, 2013, around then, and I couldn't make any sales, but, like, I taught myself how to use an iPhone. Just with my partner, she's like, it works different for a sighted person than a blind person, so I just kind of went away and stuck with it myself, and, like, oh, all right, I get it now, that kind of a way. And once you get it, then that's it. Like, all the apps pretty much work the same. It's just the buttons on different places. So you just have to find out where they are, and you're good to go. Like, you know.
Well, you certainly sound like a good sales agent for Apple.
Everyone says that to me.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
Dave,
re-
how has
recently, I had a brand new iPad Mini, the latest one, and it got my small fella, 3 year old, he smashed my screen, so I'm out an iPad at the minute. So, but I have my phone, so not so bad.
good? I'm sure. Hey, these accidents happen,
Yeah.
especially with little people around.
Yeah.
Um,
So he plays his Peppa Pig. I playing the Peppa Pig game for him, the Happy Mrs. Chicken and whatever.
good,
So
good.
he likes all that kind of stuff.
And how has the COVID-19 lockdown affected your life?
I hate being stuck in all the time, to be honest with you, because like I can't go out on the streets with my partner and the 3 kids because the footpaths are narrow and it's just awkward. Like, so we just hop into the car and we go to the park and stuff. In the park, so for people like, and so we avoid them. So trying to find somewhere to go to get out for a while. So it's annoying. That's about the only part
Right,
of the.
right.
And Martin's missing school too, and his friends and stuff like.
Yeah, that's understandable. Sure, he's 11, so
Yeah, yeah,
and now he's obviously not going to get to see them
yeah,
fully till September.
yeah. I know. So,
It's hard on all the kids. And
yeah,
have you found
yeah.
any challenges around kind of the whole social distancing problems?
Like that was my only outing. Like, was to go for a pint once a week, and just like I go camping at summertime. Like me and my brothers-in-laws. I call my brothers-in-laws. Like, there's a lot of just about 10 of us in total, like the friends and stuff, and we go camping like could be 10, 20 times every summer.
Great.
And I love that. Now we can't do it at the moment, like which is annoying as well, you know. But
Yeah,
it's not forever. It's not forever. Like, dealing with it, so no, it'll pass. Like,
true. And the campsites will be back open on July
yeah, yeah,
20th. So
yeah,
let's hope that
yeah,
the weather shines for us all on July
yeah,
20th when we can get back out again.
yeah.
Well, listen,
And
Dave,
and
go on.
not sorry. No, I just thought you were going to say something else. Sorry.
No, all I was just going to
Yeah,
say is, listen,
yeah.
thanks very much for sharing your story with us. And
No problem with that.
I suppose for
And
any listeners, just to let them know that the NCBI helpline is open 8 to 8, Monday to Friday, 1850 33 43 53. And also we offer plenty of technology support, and it's great to see people like Dave can benefit from that and then pass that learning on to so many different people as well. Um, so, Dave, thanks very much for your time, and
thank
I
you very
wish you and
much for
your
having me.
family no problems, no problems, and I wish you and your family a, a happy summer.
Thank you very much. And yourself.
Thank you,
So,
thank you.
yeah, take care, everyone. Bye bye now.